Hello friends, hope you all doing well. Today is the 24 hours or so after the election has passed, and I am currently sitting in beautiful Boston on vacation, and I just had a few thoughts about the election that I wanted to share from a Christian's perspective, especially from I'd say, Christian pastor's perspective, and that shouldn't differ too much from a Christian's perspective, but I just had a few thoughts. So, one is that the country has decided to elect a center-left populist president. Okay, now arguably that is much better than the alternate candidate. Okay, but the reality is that we now have a president and vice president that will be taking the office in January that are not pro-life. They will not be fighting for the sanctity of life. I'm sure they will do a lot of good things, but it's very much a fiscal or financial conservatism. It's definitely not a biblical or Christian conservatism in any way, shape, or form. And so I just have a couple thoughts. One of the things that really bothers me that I've seen is a lot of Christians that just really followed Donald Trump and just over the top. I understand the hold your nose and vote for him, but he's not a good man, and he's not a Christian man, as several pastors out there have tried to say. Every time Donald Trump opens his mouth about Christianity, it's very clear that he does not understand the gospel. Now, I don't take joy in that. I hope that before he passes, because his time is definitely getting shorter. I mean, just the natural time of life, right? And I hope that Donald Trump does come to receive Christ. I really do. It doesn't bring joy to me to say that he's not a Christian, but he's not going to be advancing any of the moral things that need to be done. Okay, so he'll be going after the financial stuff, which is good. We need that. But a Christless conservatism is not a good conservatism. Just ask the French and the French Revolution and things like that. So, so with that being said, what concerns me is the, say, over-the-top excitement from Christians that have literally placed all their hopes and dreams in this guy, Donald Trump. And I think they're going to be sorely disappointed because they're putting their faith and trust in Donald Trump to save everything. They're not putting their faith and trust in God. And when you are putting all your efforts, your thoughts, your faith in a man, you're going to be disappointed, especially in a man that is as morally, ethically bankrupt as Donald Trump. Now, with that being said, I certainly hope that he and Vance and the people that he brings on do good things. I do. I hope that the leftists and those that have tried to assassinate him, I hope that stops. That's not good. I don't care what side you're on. And I really hope that they do have a successful presidency and a safe one. And I do think they're going to do some good things. So, what does that mean for Christians? One, we cannot get lazy. We cannot get lackadaisical. And I think that some Christians are going to do that. We've already gotten there in a lot of ways. And we need to take our Christianity, our evangelism much more seriously, because you can see the populist shift, the leftward shift, and we're losing all of our morals and all of our ethics. One of the other things, though, that I think as Christians we really need to consider. And again, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I'm coming from a hard IFB kind of background, even though I consider myself adjacent of that now. But one of the things that is just Christians in general is that we need to get back into the cities. We've pulled out of all of the cities, and we've just left them, and we see that they've degenerated, and there's no morals, there's no ethics. Very left-wing, okay? And going into the cities, the reason I brought up the IFB thing is going into the cities and busing everybody out. a bunch of kids or whatever is not going to change anything. We need some church planters that are willing to go in, revitalize some churches, that are willing to go start some churches, and then stay there when their churches get bigger. Split their church, go start a second one, a third one, a fourth one, right? Cap the size of your church at 80, 100 people, 150, and then take 50 people, go out and start another church, 6, 7, 8 blocks, 10 blocks away, whatever it is. But we need to get serious about getting back into our cities and evangelizing our cities. Or as a country, there will be nothing left. If there's anybody that wants to join me on that, I would love to be a help in that. I'm just pastoring a very small church in the Midwest. We're 45 minutes from a fairly large city, and we're just trying to revitalize the church that we have right now. I'm just praying for that. But my desire, my hope is that God will allow us to be able to start helping other churches, especially in that larger city. And if we don't do that, we will lose the country. And so we've got to start being serious about that. And if there's anybody that I can help, I would certainly be willing to do what we can to help do that. But we've got to start taking our evangelism seriously. We got to start taking living as Christians seriously. And as Christians, we have just totally gotten loosey-goosey on living the Christian life, and we've really gotten pretty bad at evangelism. And I'm not talking about that you got to go knock door to door, anything like that, but you have to share the gospel. There's multiple methods. How you do it, might change, might depend on your circumstances, where you're at, how comfortable you are. But if you're never sharing the gospel, then there's a serious problem with that. So I just want to encourage you that it's not time to rest. Now is the time to put pressure on the GOP, put pressure on our incoming president to do the right thing from a moral and an ethical standpoint. And then it's also time to really get into high gear when it comes to sharing the gospel and with our evangelism and our outreach, and specifically within large cities. And again, if there's anybody that can help with that, or if you'd like to partner with us or something like that, again, we've got to be on the same page on a lot of things, but it's something that we've got to do. And so hope this is a blessing to you. Not really a doom and gloom video, not meant to be, but it's also not an over-the-top joyous, hey, everything's great, because Donald Trump won. No, we have a lot of battles to fight. Multiple states enshrined abortion into their constitutions yesterday. So, Trump might have won, but a lot of babies lost out. And again, we have a president and vice president that are coming in that we're not going to do anything to defend those. And I just don't know how long God is going to withhold his hand from a people that are not protecting life. So if you like the content, we'd appreciate if you hit like, subscribe, share. I know this is just kind of a off-the-cuff video, probably a lot of ums and haws and pauses and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to edit it. We're just going to post it, and I'm going to hopefully be making some more videos in the next couple weeks once I get home. Right now the weather here is awesome in Boston. It was 80-some degrees. Just had a great time checking out the USS Constitution, a whole bunch of the historical sites, and it was actually kind of an appropriate trip to take. Spent the last week or so just exploring a lot of the origins of our nation here on the Northeast. And so anyways, if you get a chance, I'd highly recommend going and checking those things out. Take care, and we'll see you around soon.